Hello there friends, this is Dotanews. We're here to create the best Dota news channel ever. Here's what we cover in today's episode. New patch, new meta, Dota is staying alive, reshuffle season has begun, dream teams by talents, Ame hates Dyrachyo, and much more. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Let's begin with some rather sad news. The winners of the International 2013 Alliance have officially announced the closure of their Dota lineup. A heartbreaking message appeared on their Twitter. It's with a heavy heart that we announce that our Dota 2 division will not continue with us for the upcoming season. It's been some time since we've been able to deliver results that we and you can be proud of, and while we do have a couple of great candidates for the next season, without the full 5-man lineup we cannot move forward with the confidence that we will deliver the better results. The statement basically says that they have almost the full lineup and they didn't have the right candidates to fulfill the roles and they decided to scrap the project. And it's kinda sad, a team with such a history is ending its existence on the Dota 2 scene. Yes, they had a whole bunch of scandals, but the legendary Alliance roster wrote their names in the history of Dota 2 nevertheless. And yes, recently the team has not shown any results and more tricky situations appeared, but in any case, we hope for their speedy return. In the meantime, let's press some Fs in the chat below. Now for the good part, it's also interesting news from Nouns, the NA team. They reported how much it costs to maintain 4 teams in different esports disciplines. According to them, it requires $2 million in 10 months of 2024. They have rosters in Dota 2, CS2, Smash Bros. Melee and Pokemon Unite. I also remind you that recently the org disbanded their Dota 2 team after 7th-8th place at the International, but in 2024 they want to return to the scene. And we'll talk about that later, but for now I want to tell you something interesting about Nouns. First, they take like 0% literally prize money from their teams, which is super cool and very motivating for the players. All their decisions are made by the community vote. Basically, if you buy a stake at Nouns of some sort, you can vote, and that's the democracy and how it works. Overall, Nouns look like a decent modern community-based org, so I advise following them if you don't yet. And now, by the way, Nouns also presented their new player for the Dota 2 team. As you remember in the last video we said that Yuma left Nigma Galaxy, and the other day Nouns announced who became a player of their new lineup. You already guessed, right? Yuma joined. Nouns tweeted that Yuma is no longer a stand-in and signed a full-fledged contract. Now the Nouns lineup looks like this: Yuma, Gunner, Lelis and Fly. Guys, as always, don't forget to share your thoughts about such a great North American team that can bring success to the region once again in the comments below. Next, the legendary Ame also shared an interesting opinion. According to him, Dyrachyo from Gaming Gladiators is a weak carry. Ame said that Anton counts on very simple heroes like Alchemist. Statistically, during the ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur, for 10 matches, Dyrachyo has played 7 different heroes, 2 of them on Alchemist. And honestly, I wouldn't say that Dyrachyo is a weak carry, he just has a different style of play where he plays with the team and not on his own like Yadro. And also, Ame likes to troll and trash talk on his streams, so maybe it's just it. What do you think, guys? And hey, you also should remember how I told you about Mason. As you know, he got his account banned until 2038 for smurfing, and also trying to get his conduct score better. And now, after this ban, the average number of viewers almost doubled on his Twitch, and now, as ironic as it may sound, another popular streamer wants to get banned too. As you may have already guessed, I mean Gorg.
The ban thing unironically boosted Mason's career a little bit. I think it like doubled or tripled his viewers. Kind of fallen off, now his fucking big comeback. Dude, Valve, ban me. Valve, I'll gladly be banned. If you ban my main account, I have an excuse to do a road from 1 MMR to 9k, you know, or 10k. That is actually kind of dope. I kind of want to get banned now too. It seems to be like, I mean, that's like the meta on Twitch too, right? You want to get banned. You want to show your tits, get banned, and come back with like 10k viewers.
Yeah, I basically agree with Gorg. I will realistically consider getting banned, no joke, for the viewers. I just need to move all the cosmetic items from my account beforehand. In more Gorg news, his contract with OG officially ended. In case you didn't know, he was with the org and took part in many joint activities. Here is a post the team made on Twitter. Together, we've created some unforgettable moments this year. Also, thanks for finally teaching Sab how to use chat on Twitch. Goodbye, and thanks for everything, our streamer. It's hard to say what was the reason behind OG not prolonging Gorg's contract. Maybe the finances or something else. Sure, he's a great streamer with a lot of followers, and many people loved this collaboration with NoTail and Seb's org. But if you have any guesses about this, feel free to write about it in the comments below. Also, share your opinion about the words Gorg said about the ban. And finally, let's move on to what we love, winter reshuffles. There's a lot of news related to them. We will begin with Neon Esports coming back to Dota. They finally presented the full roster for the upcoming season, adding a new carry and position 4. CDR is known for his performance for SMG and Bombi for Cercia. At the moment, the roster looks as follows: CDR, Ken, JG, Bombi, and Castaway. And it obviously should be noted that the coach of the team is a legend of the Malaysian Dota pro scene, and incidentally the first Malaysian player at the international, Chuan. Not to be confused with the Alliance X player. Let's wish good luck to the org. We hope that they will be able to compete with the strongest teams in their region and in the future to compete on the world stage. What do you think, guys? Will this lineup be able to make some noise? Write in the comments below. Another high-profile news, but this time about the Chinese Dota. According to sources, XXS, XM, and XinQ will join the legendary Ame in Xtreme Gaming. I just thought that there's a lot of X in here, like XXS, XM, XinQ, Xtreme, my god. But anyways, this was announced officially by XinQ himself. As far as I know, things will go as we planned before, which probably means me, XXS, and XM will leave AR to join XG. Even though we never talked about this in public, everyone involved in it already knows that we will make this change after ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur. But then it got out, and everyone all knows about it, so it's kinda awkward for us now. About how to deal with the EPT points AR got from ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur, we will follow ESL's rule, and I don't really care if we have to go through qualifiers or not. I mean, XinQ is kinda self-confident, he just don't care about the EPT points, he will go through qualifiers because he can. Personally, I expect a lot from this lineup, even on paper it looks incredible. The players who just won a huge ESL event chose not to keep the current lineup but to go to Ame, which of course raises some questions, but hopefully the results of the new squad becomes successful. DY, who previously announced that he was taking a break from competitive Dota, will also join the roster. According to the player, he was persuaded by the owner of Xtreme Gaming. I decided to stop streaming in the near future. I have thought about this for a while now. In the past I did say that I wanted to retire because I was too tired, and I still have the same mindset now. So from now on I will take a break from streaming and come back to pro scene. Hey friends, what do you think about it? Will this team live up to our expectations, or will it be like the infamous Elephant Squad? And finally, to the juiciest, most interesting and greatest news from our episode, the news about Nigma Galaxy. And obviously they're related to no less legendary players. Get ready for some mind-blowing news. Miracle and Sumail are back. The two legends are back together and will be teaming up with Kuro again. Remember that before Sumail played in Aster and Miracle was on the bench. But now, they're together, they joined forces in Nigma. This unexpected return is very cool, and many will watch Nigma matches because only of these two players playing together. Some famous personalities have already spoken about it. For example, according to Gorg, with such a squad, Nigma will get the most views even if they lose all the time. And for example, before this whole announcement, Entity tweeted out a list of what they want for Christmas, and among it was Miracle, NoTail, and many other players to return to the game. And basically this Christmas miracle happened. Guys, what do you think about this team? Which players should Nigma add to the squad to succeed and become the top 1 team in the world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Next, after the ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur, famous and leading panelists and casters shared their dream teams. Some of them are pretty interesting. Here's what BSJ assembled: Yetero, Quinn, Zai, Boxy, Miposhka. Cap decided to go with Ramses, Quinn, ATF, Tofu, and Poppy. FE took Yatero, Nisha, XXS, Tofu, and Miposhka. And finally, OD Pixel decided to go as simple as possible. Yatro, Laurel, Collapse, Mira and Miposhka. I think, guys, I saw this team somewhere, but I can't remember. Can you tell me, please? I sense that they might have won something, but I'm not really sure. And since we're talking about the talents, SirActionSlacks gave a huge interview to Esports.gg. He spoke about the future of Dota and esports in general, and his words make me happy, to be honest. I think esports is having a rough time right now, and Dota will be the only survivor, and I know you'll think I'm crazy, I know you'll think I'm stupid. Dota's entire ecosystem has always been like this isolated island, and it's been such a negative thing. There's no overlap. Riot fans watch League, Valorant, and some even watch Counter-Strike. If you're a Dota fan, you don't do anything else. It's a horrible system until the apocalypse hits. Dota will actually live forever, I'm not even kidding, as long as IceFrog makes good patches. It's kinda nice that Dota fans are so loyal to their game, isn't it? I mean, I agree with Slacks, the Dota 2 community is something else. We're not that big, but we're together in it. And we will stick to our favorite game no matter what, until it gets patches. And maybe even if Valve decides to drop the development, but I don't really believe it because even Team Fortress 2 is still getting patches. And the last but not least, the new patch. A week after 7.35, Valve released a balanced 7.35b, and this is due to the fact that, well, there were too many imbalanced heroes and items. Solar Crest has finally been nerfed to bits, and thank God it happened. Also, Bloodstone completely stopped making sense, since it's no longer restoring mana. Like, what? First it's completely OP, next it's just completely useless. Most likely it was nerfed because of Leshrac, which made him unbeatable, and now it's not even clear what to do while playing Leshrac, by the way. The hero lost 7% of win rate after the update, and also Leshrac himself was nerfed. The hero looks unplayable now. In general, the patch also severely damaged Outworld Destroyer, which also had a huge win rate. And thank you, Gaben, because OD is just a broken, stupid hero, just like Oscar. And you know what? Overall, a lot of people think that the middle lane is now the worst to play in Dota. For example, here's what Dandy says. This patch just destroyed the skill on the mids completely, if there was even a little bit somewhere. Viper, Death Prophet, Timbersaw, the man on Viper is enjoying his life. Moreover, Broodmother, who has also been updated several patches in a row in minor things, is gradually climbing out of the hole and getting a boost in win rate. As well as Doom, 33 is back in meta. Woohoo! Doom into Midas, into Octarine, solo farm, 40 minutes, slow games, yeah baby! I'm sorry, but now to the most stable heroes, Vengeful Spirit, Puck, Primal Beast, Invoker and Death Prophet. They have great pick rate and also they do not depend on Solar Crest or Bloodstone. In general, the patch looks very balanced and the most OP items and heroes were quickly toned down. But it's kinda little sad to see that mid laners made either into tanks or supports, and the main game is emphasized around offlaners and carries. Basically, everyone is happy about the Solar Crest fix. For example, Fishman. Thanks for the Solar fix, but in my humble opinion, the item is not very nerfed. We'll see how the meta turns out. And guys, what do you think about the new patch? Is it balanced or should we find some more OP things in the nearest future? But dear friends, don't get too hyped up, because Arc, Warden and Meepo meta is also back, so try to ban these two in your games or pick them if you are a terrible person. Also, along with the latter patch, Valve fixed some minor bugs. The company has clearly begun to actively engage in the game, and it's nice to see that Valve actively balances and improves the game, even minor changes significantly decorate it. And it's kinda cool to see that they care. And guys, I believe it's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below, because it's really important for me to improve by listening to you guys. Also hit that subscribe button to follow the best Dota 2 news channel. See you soon!